My name is Kelly K. Walker, and when I was about 14, I became obsessed with all things French. I enrolled in French class all 4 years of high school, 2 years of college, went on a sometimes French speaking mission, and spent lots of time dreaming about going to Paris. And then, when the Harry Potter books started to come out, I embarked on a 10-year love affair with England. King's Cross Station, double-decker buses, fish and chips. How many of you have dreamt of world travel? Yet instead of just booking it, we find layers of obstacles between us and our destinations, arranging babysitters, pet sitters, house sitters, coordinating schedules, getting passports, deciding where to stay. And then there's the money obstacle. Coming up with thousands of dollars isn't always the easiest thing for most people, and it certainly wasn't for me. My dreams of world travel seemed so implausible that they had faded to a distant memory. But in October, I was offered a non-paying speaking engagement in London. I thought long and hard about it, telling myself there was no way I could afford it. Money was my excuse to distract me from my fear. I had a huge fear of leaving my family and flying to Europe alone. What if I was on a flight that was attacked by terrorists? What if I was on the underground and someone set off a bomb? Dozens of scenarios ran through my mind, all of them ending in me never returning home to my family. But the money excuse let me pretend I wasn't scared. Until my husband told me that we could make it work if I really wanted to. How dare he? Suddenly, my excuse was gone, and I had to face the fact that I was terrified. Now, if you watched my last presentation, you know that I had recently decided that I was a person that ate action steps for breakfast, which meant that I had to go. I had to leap out of my comfort zone and take a huge, terrifying step towards my success as a speaker. And so I did. I signed the contract, bought my plane ticket, and I started preparing my presentation. Soon the day came for me to leave for the airport. I spent the entire morning sobbing hysterically, but I knew it was my next step, and I knew it had to be taken. My why was bigger than my fears. So I kissed my family goodbye, got on that beautiful but alarmingly gigantic British Air jet, and made it safely to Paris. Paris! Yes, Paris! Though I was speaking in London, I decided to make my dream of seeing Paris come true on the same trip. So I flew into Paris 3 days early and spent a glorious few days going to the top of the Eiffel Tower, strolling through the Louvre, watching the repairs to Notre Dame, ordering my meals in French, and having the most beautiful 3 days of my life. And then I took the Eurostar through the Channel to London, where I went to Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, the Shard, Tower of London, King's Cross Station, and of course to my event where I spoke on stage to a room full of female entrepreneurs, the only American in the room. And I made connections with people from all over the world. The scariest thing I had ever faced in my life turned out to be the greatest week of my life because I exercised courage. Courage is a muscle. The more you use it, the easier it gets to be brave. And when your why is big enough, courage comes much more easily. What is your why? What are you here to accomplish that is bigger than you, that is bigger than your fears, that can let you overcome all those layers of obstacles you throw up in your way so you don't have to get to your destination? I invite you to journal about this. Find out what your why is. Meditate. Ask your higher power. Answer some really thought-provoking questions you put to yourself. Why am I here? What are my gifts? What am I meant to do in this world? Once you find your why, I guarantee you will find your courage.